Welcome to the Fannattics Show Live, where we talk about anything and everything Magic fan related, not affiliated, on quest to our team's first ever NBA championship. And now to introduce your host of the stream from Orlando, Florida. Y'all know him best, Hollywood. Need I say more? Orlando 112 to 109. Magic fans, we have done something today in which I knew we would do. I talked about it in the pregame. If y'all haven't tuned in to the pregame show, tune in to that pregame show. Magic fans, 112 to 109. Your Orlando Magic escape Detroit with a narrow victory, but easily one of the most monumental of the season. This game not only was an NBA Cup game, I really wish it was nationally televised, but I predicted that it was going to be a great game. I knew that we had the shot to beat them. It was really just, and I even mentioned we needed somebody like a Desmond Bane give us over 25. Magic fans, Desmond Bane finished with 37. Magic fans, the Pistons were the first seed, or are the first seed in the NBA. Let alone the Eastern Conference, baby. Now, they lost that first seed because, well, technically they were a second seed in the whole in the whole league. First in the East. Thunder are still 18-1, but if you look at that record, oh baby, what does that say? 15-4. I knew once they lost to Boston, they had a chance to, quite frankly, lose to us. But I am glad that we were able to play the way that we played. If you look at the stats, right? Let's just dive in. Man, Magic fans, of course we got to talk about Desmond Bane scoring that 37, right? And without a single three-pointer makes it even better. I think, of course, he went 0 for 5, which we have to fix. We got him 4 shooting. But when you go 11 for 12 from the free throw line, you give me 13 for 25 and finish out with 37 points and are easily one of the main reasons why this team won. Magic fans, I can't have nothing else better to say. I get it, 0 for 5 is not the best, but 37 points makes up for it. Imagine if he would have just made 1 3-pointer. It seems like this team gets stuck at that 37. Franz got 37, couldn't crack 40. Desmond got 37, couldn't crack 40. Magic fans, Jalen Suggs with 14 points, 4 boards, and 1 assist. But Magic fans, he went 2 for 11 from 3. Now we have to talk about, of course, 2 for 11 is not a good stat line at all. But this team as a whole went 5 for 30. So this team went 17% from 3 against the first seed in the East, which is terrible timing to go bad. You don't want to go bad, especially that bad, let alone against any team that's a playoff contender, but especially not the first seed in their house in an NBA Cup matchup, which at the end of the day, it's a winner in. Winning, we're in for us. So we advanced. Now we guarantee a game back in Orlando for the NBA Cup, so we get to see those beautiful jerseys once again. Sorry, not the beautiful jerseys. They are beautiful that we play, but we're wearing, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the startup jacket jerseys. I think I forget which one's the Statement, Association, whatever it is, but we're wearing the black and the blue top one. I call them the two-tone jerseys. We're gonna wear those most likely in that game. But I just love seeing that court. I love seeing that trophy on there. And Magic fans, Jalen Suggs hit that. When Jalen Suggs hit those 2 threes, I knew we won this game. I get it. It was a lot more game to be played. I get it. Cade Cunningham finished with 39. You got to give them credit. Duncan Robinson doing his thing with 1 board and 3 assists, but still was making shots, 3 threes when it mattered. Jalen Duren with 16. Tobias with 18. But again, they were making shots. Paul Reed, shout out Orlando kid, making shots when it mattered for Detroit, but thankfully we were able to leave out of Detroit, narrowing that W, and Jalen Suggs 2 threes. They were very crucial. So I'm not going to crucify them too much for the 2 for 11, even though, yes, it was bad, but the whole team did bad. 0 for 3 from Franz. Let's see, 0 for 2 from Tristan. 2 for 4 from Wendell. When our center is tied with our point guard for the most 3-pointers in this game, Magic fans, that's a red button. That's one of these. That's one of those, right? That's one of those. All right. All right. Now, of course, Franz giving us 21 points, 7 boards, 1 assist, 3 steals. Of course, we got a turnover, but it is what it is. We only had 13 turnovers as opposed to we were able to get, again, the first seed in the East. This wasn't a normal matchup. This wasn't we're playing a bottom tier team in the East. What I love to see about this matchup is we're at their house. Look at what they're doing. They got Cade, an MVP caliber type of player this season, right? And guess what? We're still able to produce. We're still able to have a Desmond Bane come in and give you 37 points. We still have Franz going 21. We still got Suggs giving us 14. I wish Suggs would have passed 15, and I would have said this was a great game from our big three. But we needed 25 from Franz. I think in this type of game, in this type of environment, Franz got to give me at least 25. But I love that Desmond Bane was able to just really carry the load, 37 points. And then, of course, Anthony Black, the clutchest block of the game being at the end. Duncan Robinson grabs the ball, goes to shoot it, and Anthony Black swats it, puts his hands down, flexes on him, celebrates in his face in Detroit on their court. And Magic fans, 112-109 was the final score. Now, Magic fans, what makes this win so special is that we had that rough stretch to start the season. We still haven't had 10 losses yet, which is great. We're getting more wins, but we're playing good teams. We've been playing good teams for the past month. All November, it's really been great matchups each game. You know what I'm saying? Ever since it all started, what was it? Around that Hawks game, really. Hawks, Celtics back-to-back, Trailblazers, right? Still barely narrowed that one out. That was the Desmond Bane game winner. We got the Knicks, the Nets, NBA Cup game, undefeated. Rockets, Warriors, Clippers, Knicks, Celtics, Sixers, Pistons. We got the Bulls, Spurs, and Heat. Thankfully, those 3 are at home. But then we got the Knicks, the Nuggets, Jazz, Warriors. Like, each one of these games have been lowest of keys, like a really good matchup, a good matchup, playoff-esque environments, playoff-esque games. Our next game is against Chicago, which is a great young team that we have to watch out for and we have to beat. We have 112-109. We can celebrate this game for just a little bit, as that Chicago game, if I'm not mistaken, it's on Monday. So at least we have that time to at least just enjoy for the weekend this win against the first-seeded Pistons. Magic fans, I was looking forward to this game due to the fact that, yes, we're on this little run, but we're going into a place where in a playoff game, in a playoff situation, if this season, for whatever reason, somebody gets injured, we would end up an 8-6 seed. We would most likely play Detroit. And what would we do? How would we react? They whooped our ass last game. They did. In the words of Desmond Bane, they punked us. And guess what? I love the fact that we were able to, not even that far much later, let's find the exact date, so I don't even gotta lie. Not too far after, we go October 29th. So Literally, tomorrow makes an exact month since we played the Pistons. And guess what? We just came back and we beat them by 3 on their floor, while they only lost twice at home, including once to us. Magic fans, Detroit's been on one. Gotta give them the respect. That's why this W means so much to us. Because, of course, in Orlando, we are that team that we're not getting the national credit yet because we haven't proved anything yet. By all means, once we start proving things, then Detroit has proven that they could go on runs. Clearly, they just went on a 13-game win streak. The last 2 times that the Pistons have done that was when they won with Isaiah Thomas and the Bad Boy Pistons, and when they won with Billups and Rip and Ben Wallace and those Pistons. So, Magic fans, this Detroit team ain't going nowhere. This Detroit team is very fun to watch. I think this Detroit team has a wonderful environment. I think Detroit is a great sports city between the Lions, the Wings, the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? I think that Detroit reminds me a lot of Orlando. Of course, they got the Tigers too. They got a lot of sports. And they got the four major. They got NHL, NBA, NFL. They got the Lions and then MLB. I wish Orlando had the four. We just got the Magic. But in terms of the Pistons do remind me a lot of the Magic in terms of just a young team with a fan base that is itching for a ring. But of course, we've never won one. They've won at least 2, so they have that in their belt. But Magic fans, I know Detroit is itching the same way we are, and Detroit thinks that they could win. Detroit has fans from all over the globe, just like we have fans from all over the globe. And I knew that this game would have plenty of eyes, honestly. We started off losing by 2, but then we ended up coming back. We were down, I believe it was 13 points at one point in this game. It looked scary for us. No Paolo Banchero. Everyone's saying, oh man, this is where it begins. And then what happens? We go on this run and we just compete the entire game. We show them, you know what? That's why they're considering us a great team in the East. Magic fans, 112-109, 37 dropped by Desmond Bane. 13 boards, or sorry, I'm tripping. Excuse me. 8 boards, 13 field goals made. 8 boards, 2 away from a double-double. But quite frankly, Magic fans, 37, 8, and 2 is a stat line for Desmond Bane that clearly the best game of his season. I think that Desmond Bane has showed us throughout this stint that Magic fans were 12 and 8, and he's playing a role in those 12 wins. He's playing a role in getting us into these situations where we can do better. And we grabbed offensive board in the fourth quarter. If you missed this game, we grabbed board after board. I believe it was a 3-point game, and we grabbed 3 offensive boards back to back. To get I think the clock went from like a minute something, or maybe 40 seconds to around, I don't even know, 20 something around there, 15ish. And Magic fans, I'm just happy seeing this team win in clutch situations. We're always used to, as Magic fans, we lose the clutch situation. We miraculously make a game-winning shot, but then, the clutch gene just isn't there. Magic fans, we're winning a lot of games in clutch time, in crunch time, and it's just wonderful to see. Magic fans, y'all already know 112-109 final score. Your Orlando Magic taking a W against the first seeded team in the Eastern Conference. We got to do it. Y'all already know the line. Starts with a P, ends with lay the song. Y'all already know. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Play the song, baby. Actually, no, I did that so wrong. I said it in my head, but 1, 2, 3. Play the song! Orlando Magic fans, even if you're not a Magic fan, or if you're not in Orlando, enjoy the song. Y'all already know it's your man Hollywood, just an Orlando Magic fan, 112-109. We got Chicago next. Us beating the first seeded Pistons gives us the motivation that we need to continue this run. 12 and 8. Magic fans, it feels great. It feels great to have these types of games. It feels great to see this team reach the potential in which we know they can reach You know what I'm saying? Wendell Carter Jr. with 11 boards. Of course, I want him to get 10. I want him to get 10 points. But 11 boards. He did make a couple threes when we needed him to. And J.I. giving us 4 points. And they're saying J.I. is on that trade block. Tyus giving us that 1 board, 3 assists, no points. Again, our bench is maybe that Achilles heel, if I'm being honest, that we have to at least address if we want to make deep runs in the playoffs, because the bench is really what makes these playoff teams go and win games in which they're not supposed to, against matchups they're not supposed to. So Magic fans, I think our bench just honestly needs to tighten up. We had, besides our starting 5, Jonathan Isaac, Tyus Jones, Anthony Black, and Goga Bitadze. Between our bench, we scored 24 points, and 16 of them came from Anthony Black. That's not okay. Tyus, Goga, we need a better performance from you. Same thing with J.I. We need our bench to produce great. And when our bench produces great, we score like 130-something points. Like, when our bench produces, we start going crazy. But Magic fans, 5 for 30, we really got lucky. 27 for 32 is something I'm always going to commend. Because we are a type of team that for a while we didn't make free throws, and I'm glad. It sucks to see a superstar like a Cade Cunningham have really just free throw mishaps, but it just benefited us, can't feel too bad. 5 for 30 from the 3-point range, while they went 11 for 28. Not that good of a 3-point game from any of us, but us in specific, 5 for 30, we cannot have that happen. Thankfully, we beat the Detroit Pistons. It just feels great to say, we knew that this could happen. It just feels great when it does happen. And Magic fans, we have to go in with this same attitude. You saw how even though we were down by 13, we came back. Magic fans, 4-0. 4-0 with a 64 point differential 64 point differential in the NBA Cup. I'm telling you, if we win the NBA Cup, the marketability, I don't know what's been going on with me within this video. It's 10:56. I'm tired, I'm not gonna lie, but we thugging it out. We gotta make these videos. Magic fans, the marketability that comes with winning an NBA Cup game for free, the merch, the kids in Las Vegas who are getting out of school and say, yo, you know what, Dad, I want to see the NBA Cup Finals. Can you take me? I don't care who's playing. And it's the Magic, and they become the fan of whoever wins the game. And it's the Orlando Magic. And now we have West Coast fans. You never know, the fans in the NBA store in Times Square in New York. You never know when they see that NBA Cup merch. Yo, that logo looks nice. What team is that? That's the Magic? You know what? That's going to be my favorite team. I like that logo. Magic fans for life, all over the globe, solely due to winning the NBA Cup. I get it, the NBA Cup is new. I get it, a lot of people aren't sold. But Magic fans, when they give you an opportunity in life, you got to take it. Whether it's new, whether it's old, whether a lot of people want to do it or not, when they give you a free opportunity to put your name out there and have people recognize you, you do it. And this is what this team has been doing. 112-109. Just a great game. Great game to see. It was just a phenomenal back and forth. Shout out Detroit. Big respects to the Detroit Pistons franchise. They're doing their thing this season, and it was a battle. They punked us last game. We got them back this one. On to the next one, Detroit. Magic fans, 112-109. NBA Cup, 4-0. We move on to the next round. Y'all already know, it's your man Hollywood, just an Orlando Magic fan. And like always, that's a wrap. Now play my outro and let's celebrate this dub. Celebrate your weekend. Be safe. Stay tuned Monday. We got the pregame coming soon. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe, Magic fans. And like always, let's go Magic, baby. Play my outro. Hollywood, and it's evident I am just a Magic fan. Old Town, I'ma represent. Taking charge, go commando. Now we living in Miami, but you know I rep Orlando. Oak Ridge, yeah, it lives in me. Walking down the road, passing by OBT. 407 every day, and stay on repeat. Blue in my blood, ain't no stopping me.